all, it's Barb going to my craft studio. I've got a haul to share. I'll be right back. I had to shut off the lights behind me. They were creating a big glare. I went to Target and Kohl's. I wanted to go to Dollar Tree today, and I just didn't have the energy. At Target, we kind of knew what we wanted. Kind of went there. Other than the Bullseye Playground, I did not browse a whole lot. And luckily, that's all kind of in one little space. I didn't go a lot. Now, I've already got these on the bed, but they're heated throws. I was going to buy blankets, and this was a little bit cheaper. And I thought, it's long enough. Usually what I do with what I did previously with our heated blanket, and what I did with these ones, is I actually put them under my sheet, because I like to go in like maybe an hour before I go to bed and turn it on so that it warms the sheets up, so I'm not getting into a cold bed. And then after that, I really don't need it. I just don't like getting into a cold bed. Sometimes, I do like it with my joints to lay there, and sometimes I like to turn it on in the morning for a little bit before I get up out of bed, because it seems to help get fluid in my joints, I guess. I don't know. It seems like I'm less stiff if I use it for a little bit before I get up in the morning. So that's kind of what I did. I bought these little houses. I'd seen somebody showing them, and I still might get. These ones were kind of like businesses or whatever, and the other ones looked like they were just houses. But I went for this one because my husband goes, "Oh, look, it's a post office. It says post on it." So I'm like, "Oh, I definitely need that set." I have a little problem when it comes to my Christmas village that I have of the lighted houses, like you get at Kohl's, and Walmart sells them. Other stores sell them too. I don't have the real fancy designer name ones. They're too expensive. I think I have like 7 or 8 post offices in my little village. These ones I'm thinking I actually may, on one of these shelves back here at Christmas time, load them. So I might pick up the other set of just houses before Christmas time too. But I definitely wanted to make sure I got the one that said post office. So, and of course I bought the 2 blankies. I wanted to buy some candy for the treat bags I make them for the kids, and the rest will just go into our Halloween cauldron for giving out trick-or-treat. I thought these ones the kids would like just because they're green, so I picked those up. I was hoping to get to some crafting today, and I just didn't did it. I did get through my email, which has been a trial in itself lately. I picked up the Kinder eggs. I was looking for, a few years ago I seen the Cadbury Scream eggs, and that's what I wanted because I got an SVG that you could either use those, or there was one that was slightly larger that you could use these. Target had these marked 2 for $5. These were regular $9.59 for a box. I'm like, no. But they were 2 for $10, so you got them for $5 a box. So the candy bars were marked that too. And I have some wraps for the candy eggs. The little holders I have, I think one's a witch and one might be Dracula, like a vampire. So I'm gonna make those up for these, and I'm gonna wrap these ones, print off the wrapper for those ones, and put those in the Neighbor Kids bundles, because I don't think I'm gonna get as much made as I normally do. I do have some miniature bat wings that I can cut out, and I've got a little saying that I can print off to put in the middle of the bat or on the candy bar. I'm not sure how it works, but I'm going to wrap up those with that. We're going to get a lot of Hershey's chocolate on things, but hubby picked up 2 of those, and I'm like, I'm going to bring one of them down here and save part of them for that, and if he wants the rest, he can have it. And then I had a couple of lollipop holders. One of them was a Dreaming Tree one, so I thought I would use these. How many do you get in here? Approximately 13, because it says there's 13 servings per container. So it's got like a Starburst in the middle. I always like the flavor of Starburst, so I figured the kids would probably like those too, so I bought those. And then I picked up some things in the Bullseye Playground. I picked up this one. I mainly picked it up for the snowballs. I hope I didn't already pick this up. You know, if I did, I might just try to repurpose the bins as something else. And that, or I could bring them back, I suppose. But I don't think I've picked it up yet. And I really like the snowball one. And I thought that would work well on my tiered tray for Christmas. I know I picked up the little snowman, but I don't think I picked up this. I know that stuff is still sitting over there to bring out to my containers out in the garage. I picked up, I think, 6 of this one, because I thought, I have the 5 neighbor kids, so I thought that I would add their names to these. I might have did a tree for them last year, but this one is different. But I'm still going to go ahead and just put their names on. I'll put their names on one side and the year on the other. Figured they could use it as an ornament on the tree. I know it's supposed to be a gift tag, but it could be used as an ornament. There's no reason why not. They do have a couple of cute little ornaments. I love the one they have that's the cookie sheet with the little gingerbread man on it, and I like the one that kind of looks like a little house. I picked up the star one. I thought these could be used. One of the trees was for me, and one of the stars for me. I guess I could have bought the stars for the kids and painted them like gold. That would have been pretty. But I bought the tree now, so that's what it's going to be. These ones are all wrapped up on each other. Can I get them disentangled? There, I got it. Yay. This one says Holiday Cheer. I know I want to make some tassels for my Christmas tray. And this one says Ho Ho Ho. These ones were $1 a piece, all the little wooden, they call them gift toppers. They're supposed to be like tags. They were $1. This one I believe was $3. I think I forgot to mention that. Yeah, this one was $3. I figured it's like $1 a bucket. And I'm sure I'll find a place to use the other ones. And then I bought this one, because this one I actually figured I could put something on there and maybe even use it for Thanksgiving. Because I need to make some Thanksgiving ones. I need to get going on that. I feel like this month has just been a total waste. Did I buy anything else? Oh, at Kohl's, I bought this wreath holder, which was regular $16.99. I scanned it to see how much it was, and it rang up $5.09. It was associate shop days, and hubby is a retired associate, so he still gets the discount. So I got it for like less than $4. I didn't think that was too bad, and I kind of want to get a special one for each season. And I thought I brought my blanket over. I will be right back. I have one of these blankets. I love their little blankets. I bought a few other store brands, but I really do like the Kohl's ones the best. Where'd my scissors go? There they are. Like, I had them in a different spot because I'd loaded my Tiffany Craft and Carry station upstairs. Loaded it up last night and brought it upstairs and was assembling cards that I cut out yesterday. So I thought I could use this one for Thanksgiving. It's a Disney one, but it's autumn. I was looking for one they had that had like pumpkins and leaves. They weren't jack-o'-lanterns, they were just pumpkins. But I couldn't find that one, and I didn't want to wait. So this one's got, you know, the white pumpkins on it and leaves and Mickey and Minnie. So I bought this one for Thanksgiving. It was one holiday I did not have one for. I actually seen Walmart has ones that are actually Thanksgiving, but I do think the ones at Kohl's are a little plusher and maybe a little bigger. So I like to get theirs, especially right now. It's their lowest prices of the season, so they're $10, and I think we got an extra 35% because of associate shop days. The discount's usually not that big, but during associate shop days they give you a bigger discount, so it was $6.50. So I was looking for the one I seen online. They have one that's sewing themed. It's got a sewing machine and different sewing stuff, but they did not have it at my store. I'm going to have to show that one to my girls and tell them if they see it, if they make it out to the other Kohl's before I do, to look there, or if they're going to place an online order, to just add it to their order and I'll pay them for it, because I want that sewing one. I might even just leave it down here, and if I want to cover up while I'm sitting here, you know, crafting, I can do that. Because it does get cooler down here. Did crank up the heat the other day and I need to turn it back down. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to share. I could share. I haven't made them yet because, of course, I didn't have the Tootsie Pops. But this will be what holds the Starburst suckers, is the little bat. This was a freebie from Dreaming Tree. I cut them out yesterday, and I was kind of doing some of the folding and stuff last night upstairs. And this one's going to be, I have to add a sentiment on the front, but I think this is going to be my November birthday card. I'm trying to think. This may have been another freebie from Dreaming Tree. I know it's a Dreaming Tree file. I'm not 100% sure that it was a freebie, but it might have been. So I cut out a bunch of these the other day. I might have some extra because I just counted everybody on my list, and I didn't look to see if there were any of those that I didn't have. Because some of the people on my birthday list, I don't actually have their address, so I can't send them a card. But I was doing that, and I was using my Cricut card mat instead of the Joy one, the one on the Maker, and cut out cards. I know I chose the right size card, and it kind of cut them out right, but this one it didn't. No, this one did. One thing I noticed is it would get almost to the end of the thing. It would just have like the little slots at the bottom. This one only has slots on the opposite corners. And then it wouldn't cut anymore. It would just, the red light would start blinking and it would stop. So I'd have to turn the power off and eject it. And I thought, well, I'll just have to slice the hole in on those ones. But when I went to put my card in, they're not cut right. The insert card won't go in those slots, so I'm going to have to trim the insert card down so that I can make them fit. I was not happy. I'm like, I think I'll stick to my Joy from now on. But I just wanted to do up, so I was doing up for thank you cards, just to have a couple on hand. I have a couple that need to be sent out, and I wanted to have a couple on hand. And this was an anniversary card because I have an anniversary this month that needs to be sent out. And what was the other one I did? I did one more. Oh, baby cards. Because I have a baby card that needs to go out. I did a couple in pink. And a couple of them I had to just draw the line in, and I'm going to have to try to like here you can see this line's just drawn. I need to try to cut it out. But and then a couple in blue, so I have a few on hand. So I at least have one of each on hand. This one I did, these ones I did, it wasn't last week, it must have been the week before. This was another Dreaming Tree card. I think he called this one Daisy, but I'm not positive. This one's the one, okay, the other one I lost a piece on. So I made a couple of that one. And this one may have been another freebie one. It was a Halloween card. You could cut this out if you wanted, or you could do it as print and cut if you wanted. I just decided to change it to draw, and I had it draw on there. I just have to come up with something for a sentiment inside. I discovered I don't really have that many Halloween sentiments. So, but I thought I'd share with you a little bit of what the projects that I've done pretty much this month. I need to get going on a few Thanksgiving things because next week's really the last full week of October already. How did that happen? I lost a week because I was sick. Well, really, I lost almost 2 weeks from being sick. I was sick for almost a week and then a week of rest. And I think it's going to be a couple more weeks of not doing a whole lot. I told hubby this is giving him a little bit of a feel of how I often feel, though, because he's like, I just, it goes, do you want to go anywhere else? I'm like, and I said, well, let's go to Kohl's instead of Dollar Tree at one point. And then after we went there, he goes, you want to go to Dollar Tree now? I said, no, I did Kohl's instead. I said, I know you're tired because I'm tired. I said, but this is giving you a little bit of idea of how I feel with this illness, how quick I wear out. I said, I could probably go another place just because I'm used to that level of fatigue. But for me, it's stronger than it's been in a while. But it's not near as bad as it was at its worst. Before we found out what I had and I started getting medication and treated, the fatigue was really bad. Like I finally had to explain to people, at its worst, taking a shower, I have to sit on the floor and rest. So, yeah, it's bad. So I said, this is giving them a little taste of how I normally feel. So, like I said, right now it's a little worse than normal, but it's nowhere near what it was at its worst, when I would still, go out because I didn't think it was fair. I knew he wouldn't go out if I didn't go out. And I didn't think it was fair for the whole family not to go out, because at that point our girls were still living at home and everything. And it's like, I can do it. I'll just have to, sometimes I had to just say, okay, there's benches at the front of the store. I'm just going to go sit down. So I do that, and we usually always timed it where we did a stop, went to lunch, and then we do another stop. So it was nice because at lunchtime I got that break. I think we kind of figured out that worked best for us at that point of the illness, that I just couldn't, and we never went too many places because I just couldn't do it. We still don't go a ton. Every now and then we'll go a couple extra. But usually if we do that, there's a space where we kind of just go in, know what we want, we get it, and we leave. Granted, now we still don't dine in restaurants. We have, usually if we stop while we're over there and have someplace where we want to go, we'll eat in the car and then go. But usually we try to time it where we just do our stop or two and then stop, get lunch, and head home. He'll eat when we get home, and I'll either eat in the car or wait till we get home, depending on where we stop, what we get. Some things just don't lend themselves to eating in the car very well. But anyways, I am feeling a lot better. My voice, I know, isn't quite there, and I'm still really tired, which I expect will be the case for a few more weeks. I do want to try to get to Harbor Freight and get one of those hand trucks next week, so that when Halloween decorations come down, I can use that to go back and forth. I really want it now because I don't want to have to carry them all in and out. I do need to order some more containers, and then I got to start getting some more shelves. I said at this point I have enough for the wood I want to make my picture ledges, and I also want to buy some wood and have them cut it at Lowe's for my little, I need to try to get that done maybe next week. I don't know. It's grocery week, so I don't know if that'll happen or not. But I like to make my little stacked books for the, I do smaller because my tray isn't big. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. The stacked books I see in stores are too big for my tiered tray. My tiered tray isn't that big. It's a smaller one. But it was free, so I'm not going to complain. Like, see, this is the one I made last. I was looking to see if I had a ruler nearby. I thought there was one on this cart. Yes, there is. Oops. That spider's just sitting there. I'll have to take him off. As you can see, it's maybe 3.5 inches by maybe 2.5, maybe a little shy of that. But I think what I'm going to have them do is I'm going to get 1x3. How wide are they? Yeah, I think that would be about the right width, because I think they're about 3/4 of an inch. So get a 1x3 and have them cut it into 4-inch sections. They'll be about the same width, but they'll be a little bit longer. But I think I'll be okay just a little bit longer. But that way per foot I'll get 3 books. I'll get enough for 1 stack. And then I want to have them get a board and have them cut it into like 6-inch segments, because I want to create like a pedestal for my, they're supposed to be door leaners, the welcome type signs. I have a couple of them, and I've noticed when it gets windy they just want to blow all around. So I think I'm just going to make a pedestal for it so that it stays standing, just stands upright rather than leans. And I also want to get a like 8-inch wide board and start making some welcome signs myself for the holidays that I haven't bought any for. I want one that I can use every season, that I maybe do like a magnetic letter, something magnetic for like the O, so I can use that one every season. Like do something, a snowflake in January, a heart in February, shamrock in March, an egg maybe in April, got like that throughout the year, so that that one I can use year round. And then I'll have another one on the other side that's it's kind of specific to whatever's happening that month or whatever. I already have one that's Christmas on one side and winter on the other. And I have one that's spring on one side and Easter on the other. So I want to get, I want to make ones for the other holidays. So that's kind of my plan. I was hoping to do that this week, and I don't think either one of us were up to that stop. So I went in online and created my shopping list. I put everything in the cart and printed it out, and then made a notation on it of where to find it at. There's 2 Lowe's over in the big city, so I marked the location of the items at both locations. That way, no matter which one I stop at, I kind of can find them easy. But I'm not sure. said, I'm not sure next week whether we'll get that or not, because normally I'd ask hubby just to make an extra stop, and we'd do that, but he is supposed to have jury duty next week. So it'll depend on whether he gets called in for that. I mean, I shouldn't say called in, I guess, because he has to call in and they'll tell him whether he has to report or not. Sometimes if there's nothing on the docket, they just say, oh, you're not needed this time. And I said, gee, I don't know what you would have done if that had been this week, because it's early next week, because he wouldn't have been able to go. I said, I don't know if there's a phone number on there you could have called to say, hey, I'm just getting over COVID. I can't be there. But we're hoping maybe he either doesn't have to report or he'll just have to go spend his day sitting there, which is fun. But I know it's a necessary thing, but it's just been such a hectic month already that to add that on top of it, it's just, and I know he's still, like I said, really tired. He's not used to this level of fatigue, so he'll adjust. We're both at least feeling a lot better. We're just tired. But anyways, that's all I've got to share today. See, I want to talk because I feel like I haven't talked to anybody in forever. But I won't bore you anymore. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time.